3, 2.
Welcome to the Tar and Feather Podcast. Here are your hosts, Mustached Vet and Ganglion Cortex.
Well, hello.
What's up, man?
Hey.
I'm sitting down today. I've been on my feet all day, digging some trenches at work. Not really trenches, but the boss is setting up a veterans tribute underneath the flags
Oh, okay.
at work.
Chill.
So
All
right at our entrance, if you pass our building, there'll be pavers down. With each paver will be for a veteran that has worked at the facility.
Nice.
So I'll be getting a paver with my name on it. Yep. It'll probably say the branch that veteran served with, and I don't know about time in service, the years that they were in, but definitely the name and branch.
Yeah. Usually the space is a little limited.
I'm requesting a bench for myself since I did all the digging.
Yeah. Somewhere to sit and admire.
Exactly. Scott Hackney.
You can donate the bench and have your name on it.
I was thinking about just making one and putting it there.
Yeah. Get a nice little plaque for it.
Right. And I want to give a shout out to my friend Kate. She hooked me up with one of those lights. What is it called? Hold on.
A ring light?
Yeah, ring light. Video conference light.
Yeah, it's looking good.
So I'm a little brighter.
I can see your beautiful face now.
A little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the glare off of my glasses aren't annoying to anybody. So
Maybe actually go full screen here. I'm trying to go full screen.
Man. Been on my feet all day and finally got some time to sit.
That's good. I got home and I immediately started working on the $600 Honda.
Ooh.
And so I had to do an oil change.
Yeah. Is it an Accord?
No, it's a Civic.
Ooh.
Needed a fan belt and an oil change, and then I was under there. Needs a torque mount. That's what it was called.
Yeah, you got that picture?
Oh yeah, here I'll show you that real quick. Be easy change here. Boom. That's kind of hard to see actually, but it's the part that connects the bottom part of the engine assembly with the frame.
Right.
It takes the brunt of that lateral action forward and back.
Mm-hmm.
She's done.
Nice.
Dried out. Easy fix. Probably 15-20 minutes.
Easy ride. Still smooth.
Yeah, it seems to be running pretty good with the oil in it. With fresh oil, the other oil is pretty dark.
What are you getting, over 30 miles to the gallon?
Have not done any testing on it yet. It needs a. Well, it just needs that now. I didn't really want to drive it with the old oil in it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you don't know when it was changed last. Although Hondas will run forever on the oil and the oil filter.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know, I have a Honda Shadow motorcycle. And I think I change the oil on it probably every other year. I don't ride it enough to really change it. So it runs perfect. It runs just fine. It's carbureted, so sometimes it takes a little bit to get it going. I gotta let it sit for a little while and warm itself up before I really rip it.
Yeah, the only real issue with going longer than a year is just moisture buildup.
Yeah.
Otherwise the oil's pretty good for years, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like that Honda with that motorcycle, everything stays pretty contained. I don't know if any moisture's really getting in there.
Well, I guess through as part of the combustion process,
Yeah,
it gets trapped.
Right. You're right. When you're right, you're right, man.
But yeah, like you're saying, just keep it indoors, right? Keep it garaged.
It fires up every time.
And that's because it's a Honda, right?
As long as I keep that battery charged.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I gotta hook up the batteries back up. I did move them around. I did some remodeling in the garage. So I didn't take any pictures, so there's no pictures to be shared of the inside of my garage. But I wanted to clean up the garage around the left side of the squat rack because it was starting to get real cluttered over in that area. And it was just a hassle putting on weights just trying to squat. I was having to lean over. I was having to lean over stuff to put the 45 plate on. So
starts getting dangerous.
Yeah, I got tired of it, so I moved a bunch of stuff around. I moved my toolbox to the front of the garage so that I could put the TV on it. So that is now my new entertainment center. Is my toolbox, which is fine. It's in the middle of the garage and easy to access. So boom, boom, boom. And I get to stare. And I get to stare at my. I think when my buddy bought it, it was probably $7,000 or something. So I mean, it's a nice toolbox, nice snap-on toolbox. Don't want to get too far into that.
Yeah. Well, and so mine are all in the back of the garage, and you know how much more time I spend getting to them, back and forth. Yeah, it's up.
Yeah, I'm also trying to. With my service truck, most of my tools are in that, so I've been trying to slowly build up some cheap toolage in the garage.
Yeah.
Some pretty common stuff to work on the motorcycles if I have to. And any stuff that I got to work on in the house, like drills, put in there and stuff. So working on that.
That is a process, right? Over many years, collecting things.
Working on that. Yeah, I mean, I always felt like, man, my great grandpa had tools everywhere. He had every length of screwdriver imaginable. Like all of the Craftsman screwdrivers from like the 70s and up. So different lengths. Yeah, Phillips and flathead of everything.
That's good. I've thought about that too. I've thought about like how, you just start ending up with things, and like I've got oils for vehicles I don't have anymore. And I don't know, I'll be like 50, 60, and they'll still be in there just in case. Yeah. And honestly, just yesterday I used something. Finally, I was going to film it. Finally, I used it. I have this used antifreeze from my Nissan that I haven't used. I don't know. It's been sitting there for like 10 years now. Honestly, it's been like 5. But finally, the Honda was low. It was only $600. So why am I going to spend, $30 on some coolant? Just dumping some of this used coolant.
Boom.
I'm recycling.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as there's no like dirt or anything in it.
Oh, no, super clean.
Yeah.
Do the coffee filter if you really have to.
Show.
So,
gotta get that.
So that was clutch. It took about a quarter gallon, so it was a little low. We'll see what happens.
Quarter gallon's all right. That's good.
Wasn't
anything
empty.
Above a gallon.
It is a small engine.
It is.
So we'll see.
Was it a 2.0?
It is a beastly 1.8.
That was my next guess.
The SI has a 2.0 apparently.
The VTEC.
Yeah, I don't know if this is VTEC.
I don't think so.
This is just standard.
It's the grocery getter.
It is the firework getter, honestly. Just when I thought it wasn't going to happen this year, gas prices are $4 a gallon. Boom, this comes through. Now I can just go anywhere.
Yeah.
Mileage king.
Wait, you go to New Mexico for the fireworks?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice little family outing, or do you just go by yourself or with somebody else?
Usually the family goes. Sometimes my friend Abel will go. I'll have to hit him up because he hasn't gone. So maybe he needs to resupply too.
Right. Yeah, you got to get those before 4th of July.
I like to go a little early, and then you're not paying 4th of July pricing. Yeah.
Double the price, triple the price. Or you could stock up the day after or the week after and then prepare for the next year. Normally, they're even cheaper.
I do always keep a couple extra for New Year's in case I don't get to go back.
Oh, yeah.
Always got to have a New Year's blast off.
Yeah, you got to pop off on New Year's, that's for sure. Got to celebrate the new year, new me.
New year.
Yeah, we're almost halfway through this year.
Isn't that crazy? It is.
It's nuts.
It is unbelievable. How does that happen? How does time go faster and faster?
I don't know. In 12 days, I will have a 5-month-old.
Exactly.
No. Yeah.
That's pretty old already.
Yeah, 5-month-old. Yep. She's getting big, man. She's doing some things. She's rolling around.
Yeah.
Right now, she knows how to roll from her stomach to her back.
Okay.
She's touching her feet. She likes to hold on to her feet. She's making sounds.
Nice.
This, that.
Oh,
and she likes to go when she doesn't want to sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm very persistent and I'm annoying, and I will go with her at the same pitch and tone that she's doing, and give it about 5 minutes and she's out. She's asleep.
Oh, sweet. You found the key.
Yeah, for now.
That's true. Because I used to do just rub one of the kids in between the eyes in a circle, just until they go to sleep. Yeah. See, and then so yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You really gotta find.
Yeah, I tried that too, going like that. Nope. That worked one time. And then she changed it up on me the next day.
And that is
no.
That's life.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Kids, they're unpredictable.
And like a clock, though. Yeah.
It's like they have a mind of their own.
They have a mind of their own built on yours.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen?
Who knows, man? That's scary.
Yeah.
Built off of my mind. How about no? I'm all right.
It's going to be great.
I'm all right in the head. Sometimes I'm not. Yeah, man. So the topic that we wanted to talk about, the public school system.
What does it mean? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, what does government schooling?
I almost feel like we should have someone on who wants to defend it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I have some friends that are teachers. Yeah.
My aunt's a teacher.
Right on. But she's in Texas?
She's Texan.
Nice. Down in San Antonio?
Yeah. Yeah. She teaches slightly younger kids. I forgot what grade it was.
Yeah.
Before they can be all corrupted and stuff, because at some point they become kind of mean. Students get kind of grouchy and they don't really follow along and play nice. So,
well,
she teaches a little the younger crowd.
They start becoming a product of their environment, I feel like. So, whether or not,
could be true, because I was talking to Brooke about that too. Like some some of the issues were definitely student cost. Me, my friends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But part of that also was schools treated as like, oh, here you are, you're 12. We're gonna structure your day as a full-time job, and you're not gonna be able to do anything for 5.5 hours until lunchtime. Like, I can't do that.
Yeah, I was always so hungry, like.
Right? I would get in trouble for sneaking chips or something.
Yeah. And then lunch came, and I felt like it wasn't enough. So, and I don't remember then if, well, I mean, times were tough when I was in elementary school and middle school. I feel like, up until we moved to Germany and whatnot as a kid, didn't really. I just had the school lunches. So, whatever they provided, sloppy joes or whatever. I like cinnamon roll day.
Yeah.
That was always a big hit. It was like once a month there were cinnamon rolls.
Cause I'm trying to think. I usually brought a lunch, and people would make fun of that.
Right.
So, but
yeah, and that's another
jokes on
thing
them. I had everything. I had the sandwich. I had the pudding Jello cup, the chips and or goldfish, and a Gatorade.
Well, I feel like at that age, kids don't realize it, but they're jealous, and it's different because their parents aren't doing it. So anything different is kind of na boo boo.
Because I wanted the school lunch at times,
Yep. Well, because you're the odd man out.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh well, or
I
maybe
want
your
those
lunch
baked
wasn't
soggy nuggets.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't come out of the air fryer. They get.
I don't know where they come out of, but
that deep grease, and then just thrown on the plate. Right? They get thrown in batches of like 100.
Yeah.
And then pulled right back out. You get one that's still uncooked.
Can still taste it.
But yeah, man. I mean, things definitely, I guess, things could definitely have been worse for us. But, I mean, thinking about it, I felt like our minds weren't allowed to be creative in that super structured setting, because it's almost like a one size fits all type deal. At least for us in the 90s, right? 90s, early 2000s. I think it's changing a little bit. From what I hear from my neighbor and his kid is in high school. And so
that's true.
I think it's structured a little bit different in high school now. I don't know to what extent, but they're not there all day. If they're able to drive to and from school, so I feel like junior and senior year, once you get your license, you can do like 4 hours, and then go to work if you have to, or some sort of apprenticeship.
We used to do that.
Which I think if you're like an apprentice somewhere, you should be able to get some sort of credit, like maybe some vocational credit.
That's right, early start.
Yeah, so I'm sure there's something to that line. So that is a positive. Things seem to be moving in a positive direction, I guess you would say. But I still think it kind of, especially now more and more people are starting to either go to a private school or go to maybe a Catholic school or homeschooling.
That's true. And in Arizona, we have empowerment scholarship accounts, which allow you to use tax money, your tax money, back into your own educational destiny. Right.
And I think if that's going to be available, if we're paying taxes. If we're paying property taxes, you should be able to have a say on where that money goes and where you can send your kid to school. I don't think you should be locked in
here,
to public schools.
I don't know if here I think you can go to different schools. You can pick. I don't know, but yeah, some places you're locked into that school solely to based upon your address.
Right.
That sucks.
Yep. Yeah, I know it's still the case in some. Probably.
It's different everywhere. That's the challenge, right? So you have 50 states with different educational standards, and then you have different localities that allow different things, and you have to find what fits you best.
Yeah, and I think that's a positive, and I guess could be. There's always negatives to everything, right? Being able with each state having its say in how they run education. Some are good, some are bad. When I went to school in Illinois, it was definitely tougher. But I felt like I got a better education in Illinois than I did in Arizona.
Okay. Yeah. You would know because you really split those two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I went to high school in Illinois from freshman to the middle of junior year. Junior year, I moved from Illinois to Arizona to live with my dad. And I mean, it was the greatest year and a half living with my dad. I love my dad. He is the best dad ever. And I wouldn't take away that time, but the school that I went to, I just felt like it could have been so much better. I felt like it was mundane. I felt like I was bored all the time.
Yeah. I think that's just the best way to describe it, honestly.
Now, I did raise my GPA when I was in Arizona because I think I had a 2.8 GPA in Illinois because I was really struggling in English. Struggling in English. I was always a C student when it came to English. I just didn't understand, writing papers. It was, I guess I wasn't conveying my thoughts to how somebody else would read it. So
I agree.
I'd be skipping around.
I struggled really. Couldn't write a 5-page, thing to save my life.
I mean, but I think it helped more in Illinois, even though I only got C's. Right?
You just thought it was more impactful, huh?
Then when I went to Arizona, I was getting like B+ on my papers and A's. I was like, there's no way. There's no way I improved that much. I mean, maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
I've heard stories about it, but you kind of confirming it, yeah. Easy.
So, but like with everything else, I was always relatively good at math. I did try pre-calc. I didn't take the necessary time at home to study pre-calc. And so when it came to the test, I didn't follow the steps. So sometimes I got the answers right, sometimes I got them wrong, but the steps I got kind of dinged on.
I would have no idea.
Yeah, so I think one test I got a 17% on it. And I was like,
oh man, that's a hard one.
Yeah, that was my senior year, and I needed to pass all of my classes in order to stay on the bowling team. So I dropped out of that class and went back to senior math, which is just maybe trig. It had a lot of algebra in it, I believe. So good. I was able to ace that class. But again, I mean, I expected everything to come to me with ease. I didn't expect I didn't expect to put a lot of time into something.
At that point?
Yeah, at that point, yeah. I felt like school's easy or easy-ish. And, when I got home, I would barely do my homework or I would rush my homework right before class.
I think I just stopped doing homework at some point.
So there is an accountability on my part that I don't think I tried hard enough on certain classes. But then again, they weren't my niche, I guess you would say.
Yeah,
like, math was. I just wish.
How much effort can you put into something that you hate, or that you're not like, really attracted to? So
right. Oh, it's like now. It's like now. I mean, doing this, getting this podcast going, and doing this every 2 weeks. This is fun. I enjoy it. So coming up with these topics and whatnot, and getting the computer set up, getting lights set up, microphone. It's something new and fresh and entertaining for me. I don't know crap about this. So learning every day. So it's pretty cool. But sitting down in class and watching the teacher write on the whiteboard and
watching paint dry.
You're just sitting there, and I was falling asleep.
I fell asleep one too many times. I had to go back for another half year of high school. It was terrible. I had to go to summer school after everyone left.
That stinks. I almost had to do that.
And I still got my diploma.
There you go.
So
that's all that matters.
I was just trying to make it through to the other end.
Yeah, so we're just average dudes.
Well, I never really thought of what the point is. It's like it just seemed like all like a conformity thing from the very beginning.
It did, and I didn't see myself needing pre-calc in the future.
That's true too, right?
Yeah, when I got out of the Army, I went back to community college, right? I did a full year of community college, and I tried to test into pre-calc or into calculus. That didn't happen. I tested into algebra 2 or whatever it was. Algebra 102. I don't know. And I was a little bummed about that. So I was really good at it. So when I took the class, I was really good at it. But, had I had that, 4 years back?
You can find those answers now.
Yeah. Or you can find a YouTube channel that explains it a little better.
That's true, right? And so with time or a different explanation, sometimes it all just comes together and it'll all make sense. Unexplicably.
Yeah, maybe a different teacher actually has something tangible, like they'll take this object and this object, split it into two or whatever, and then explain it. I don't know. So or a different diagram, a different, maybe relate it to what you like. Like if you like working on cars, or if you like gaming or whatever, right?
I wanted to work in the wood shop, but someone hurt themselves, so no one could use it.
Yeah, there you go.
That was what they said. No one could use. There was no class. Someone cut their finger off.
Yeah.
Hot mess.
Yeah, that's what happens with those shop classes and the automotive classes.
I did do fine arts pottery and made this beer mug.
Nice.
Well, before I could ever, huh?
When did you do that?
That must have been 10th grade or 9th grade.
Oh, nice. That looks like something that would be on The Simpsons.
It's solid. Exactly. Yeah.
That looks like Homer's mug.
And still here today. There's no date on it though, unfortunately.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool that you still have it. That it's moved with you all of these years.
That's a survivor. That was just at my dad's house.
Yeah.
So, but still, yeah, right. Like, so I don't even know. That was 20 years ago, I guess. 22 years ago.
Yeah, I think I made like this really cool like dragon with octopus legs. It looked kind of like an ashtray.
I made an ashtray. I got it somewhere.
Which is so funny because I think it was an ashtray because my mom my mom and stepdad smoked, so I made an ashtray for them.
Yeah,
I think it was an ashtray. Maybe it was just like this little tiny bowl.
My parents smoked too, so I probably was making them ashtrays too.
Yeah, it was like a purple and green dragon with
nice
octopus legs. It almost looked like the Kraken, but with like a dragon like long head. I don't know. It was cool. I tried to make it as intricate as possible, like with all the legs like wrapping around all weird.
Uh-huh.
Like they were wrapping over each other. I don't know. I don't know where it is. It's probably long gone now.
And it survived the kiln, huh?
It did. It did. It actually, I think it turned out pretty good.
Nice, yeah.
Paint came out perfect.
Could be in someone else's house now.
Yeah, it could. Maybe it got. Maybe it was donated to Goodwill.
So, what was your favorite class in school?
Favorite class in school. Chemistry is pretty cool.
Nice.
I don't remember anything too specific in chemistry, but I remember paying attention and learning how to I guess mix stuff and measure stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was always cool when you mixed whatever elements or stuff together and it came out the way that the teacher said it would.
Yeah.
So it was always neat. So probably chemistry.
Sweet.
If I ever went back to school, I'd probably want to take a chemistry class again.
All right. I like that.
Maybe one day, maybe when Emma gets a little bigger, I will definitely be a part of those chemistry projects.
Oh, lots. Yeah. Lots of home experiments you can do. You can go to
elephant toothpaste. Like a volcano. I think I had a tornado thing at the science fair.
That's what we should do. I need some science fair ideas for my kids to do. Yeah. So leave them in the comments. What would you have them do?
Yeah, I think I had 2 liters. I filled one up like 3/4 of the way, and then you spin it, and then it goes down into the bottom 2 liter.
Oh, okay. Cyclone?
Yeah. Yep.
Whirlpool action? Or tornado? I guess it all depends on how you're looking at it, right? Like, so is a tornado actually just a whirlpool? But we're in it. We're on the bottom
of wind.
You know?
A whirlpool of air.
Who knows? Like someone said, well, if a fish breathes water and it comes out of water, does it see the air or does it see the water? You know.
Say it again?
So like we see the water, right? And we breathe the air. And so like does the fish see the water or the air? You know? Who knows? I don't know.
I've never seen fish vision.
That's funny, yeah. Maybe we can
fish vision.
On the next Guess there you go. Now I see.
No, it's like that.
Guess it all depends what type of fish you are.
Their eyes are always open. That's it. That's the puffer fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't eat those. You gotta cook them right.
I don't know. I don't eat a lot of fish, honestly.
They'll kill you.
Seems like a lot of it's poisoned.
Oh, hi, and Mercury.
Hi, Mercury. Who knows what they're drinking?
Oh yeah, after how much stuff do we put in the ocean every day besides microplastics?
A lot. And luckily it all gets collected in one spot. So
the garbage patch?
Yeah. Think of what are the odds and the possibilities that our gracious God will compile all our ocean's trash into one spot? It may be 100 miles wide. I don't even know how big it is. I haven't looked it up. But it's all there in one convenient spot.
It's like a filter in your pool. It just...
It's exactly the
pulled
same thing.
there. Yeah, we just need to open up the bottom of the ocean,
just a lot bigger.
So then it just goes right in there.
Right to the Marianas Trench. You could just sit down there. No one would even notice.
Yeah. Yeah, and then put a filter in there to catch it and then shoot it back out.
I do believe that is 34 miles below the surface of the water.
It's a long ways away. It's not that far down.
I thought it was.
No.
34
miles is a long way.
I don't know. Fact check it. Maybe it is. I thought it was. Yeah. I don't know. But that
got too much stuff on my desk. So it is 14 fathoms.
Wow. No idea what that is either.
So it's 43 miles in width.
Oh, okay.
It is 1,500 miles in length. The maximum known depth is 10,000, almost 11,000
meters.
Meters, yeah.
I don't know what a meter is.
Plus or minus 25. That's what was confusing me. Was the plus or 25? So it's 11,000 meters deep, which is in American
51,000.
It's more than 2 kilometers, so 1.2 miles. The deepest point is 1.2 miles down.
That makes sense.
That's it.
You just said 34.
Well, it's 1,100 meters.
Man, I'm gonna look this up. I don't know what you're talking about.
The deepest point of the trench is more than 2 kilometers farther from the sea level than the peak of Mount Everest. Oh, no, never mind. So it's 2 kilometers deeper than Mount Everest is tall.
So now we're making this way more confusing than it needs to be. All you gotta say is that it's 36,000 feet.
It's 10.6 kilometers, 6.6 miles.
Yeah.
I had to read further. I don't read so good. English was not my strong suit.
Well, it's okay to read a little bit before you start talking about
it. I guess so.
So that's okay. Yeah, so I got that all mixed up with feet and miles.
But it doesn't make any sense why they would put that fact in there.
No, I saw it.
Before
none of that makes sense.
Depth. And mind you, this is Wikipedia, so it could be wrong.
I heard a fact. And I don't know if this is true.
It is sourced.
But they said if you scaled the size of the Earth to a golf ball, the difference between Mount Everest and the bottom of the Marianas Trench wouldn't even be represented by one of those golf ball divots and
dimples,
because the Earth is really big.
It's huge.
It's pretty big, but the sun's even bigger, so they say.
And the Earth is flat.
You could leave your comments below. It's flat in. Depends.
It's flat in Kansas. That's for sure.
It's just like saying time isn't real, because it's not, but it is. Time's real. Time is real because the clock has started, not that it,
Is time linear or is it different?
I don't know. That's not how time works.
Well, time's linear, like 1 minute, 2 minutes. It just goes nice and flat. Like if you look at a timeline.
I still have to send you that video I watched.
Oh yeah. What, a flat Earth?
Of time.
Oh.
I have no videos of flat Earth. It's they just don't exist.
So I
haven't been able to find any.
I fell asleep watching YouTube one day, and I woke up to a flat Earth convention on YouTube. I was like, no.
How was that?
All
right.
They were interviewing people, and they were talking about how their belief and their number one reason why they think the Earth is flat. Now, I don't remember any of it. It was like 3:00 in the morning. But yeah, it seemed pretty crazy. Now, they did talk about it on a different podcast. Sam Tripoli, he's a comedian, and they talk about flat Earth every so often because one of them is a flat earther.
Hey, there was that guy with the rocket, and he was going to prove everyone wrong.
That's for sure.
I don't have his name.
Yeah, but I mean,
he didn't prove anything.
Also, do our eyes deceive us? Even if you were to go into space, if you were to land on the moon and you could see Earth, are your eyes really deceiving you if you do see a sphere? Or is it flat, but because of light being in a prism, is it now making it round? Is the light changing your perspective?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
See, that would be my one argument, is if you could prove that your eyes are deceiving you, or that a camera is somehow.
Some people say it is, right? Because your eyes flipping the image. Different. So who knows? Who knows what's real?
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Then everything is in question, really. I mean, everything is in question. Science is always evolving.
The more science questions, the more it proves the Bible right.
Yes, sir.
Or they'll be like, yeah, you know what? This never happened. And they'll go to this archaeological site and they'll find way more information to confirm.
Well, it's like you were talking about time being linear and how in the Bible, what the Earth is 6,000 years old. But how, I mean...
Time is different for different size scales. That's what people, I think, get mixed up on. So when you're very big scale, your time's going to be very slow. That's why atoms were moving so fast, because they're so small. Their time goes by 1 second for an atom is, way different than a conglomerate of them that makes up some other mass. Right. So there is something to be said about that, I think. The more I think about it. I don't know. It's weird.
It's definitely interesting to think about. In the comments section,
they never told us in school.
Yeah.
Speed, time, matter. What does it matter?
Yeah, right. All right. What was that movie? It was with Matthew McConaughey. He goes into space, and I think he goes through a wormhole of some sort. He passes through time, but for every hour that he's gone is like a year on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gone for less than a week, and his daughter is already like 70 years old by the time he comes back.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of studies that shows something about that, right? Like they did some test. I haven't seen it, so this is all hearsay, right? With the 2 Rolex watches that were timed to be in synchronicity, and they sent one off into a spaceship or something, and it went around the Earth a whole bunch of times, and when it came back, it was different, and they don't really know why, because they were both timed the same when they left.
When was that?
I'd have to look it up, so I have no idea. Like I said, this was just something I heard from someone at some point in my life.
So back on that public school system, talk about being at school for 8 hours.
Yeah,
for the day.
Too long, right?
And your mind can, I don't know the exact hours of learning, but there's a finite amount of time throughout the day that you can actually absorb information. And I think it's 2 hours that you can actually sit.
It's not 6
it might be less.
or 7.
No. And my logic to that is why they have such long days is it essentially is because it's affordable daycare.
Yeah.
You're using your tax dollars to send your kid off to daycare. Now, I'm not calling teachers, babysitters. They do more than that. But what I am saying is that kids aren't absorbing all of that information in one day.
It's almost impossible when you have that many people in a room that have different processes of learning by.
Yeah. And I feel like that sometimes it takes a lot longer to learn. Like, say you're in six courses throughout the day. You're not going to remember six courses. You're not going to remember everything the next day. And so when you take the test, it's all about you're going to have to go back on memory, or you're going to have to, or if it's open book, then that makes it a little easier. But
really just seems like a process of breaking down the human thought process into just accepting what you're given and being able to hold on to that forever and to bring it back up with ease, to never question anything, to just to regurgitate what has been put in.
That was the word I was going to use. Yeah. And
it seems like very few teachers, or I should say some of the best teachers, were the teachers who really forced you to think and really allowed it, really cultivated that, mentality in the classroom of, really inquisitive thought.
Think outside the box.
Well, some would be like, no, this is the only way you're going to be doing this, and this is it. And then,
I mean, if you just did like let's say two courses a day, and maybe they could be different courses. Like, let's say, I know some schools do. I know in high school, it wasn't the same 6 courses every day. Like I would do.
Yeah, that would help.
Maybe, I don't really remember, but there was like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday were certain courses. Tuesday and Thursday were certain courses.
Yeah,
and so I think it made it a little easier, because then at the start of Tuesday, I knew what courses I was gonna take, and then I would kind of sometimes maybe the night before look at what I would be doing the next day.
Give you some time in between. I like that.
And that's kind of what I do now with work, is I look at my jobs that I have to do the night prior. All right, so what do I need to get that job done the next day? Right.
So preparation, taking responsibility for, knowing that that's coming up. It really helps out.
Is it a piece of equipment that's a little older? So now I will pull up that the tech manual the night before and put it on my computer, so then when I get there, it's already loaded.
Oh yeah, don't want to be without the manuals.
Yeah, that's like doing your homework the night before, or at least just getting your book out the night before and putting it in your backpack rather than stuffing it in your backpack right before you leave the house.
It's just not enough time.
Just being prepared. Yeah. But that's kind of what I think. It's affordable daycare. Especially now that most middle class right now are 2 income households.
Have to be. I don't know. Most people.
Yeah, in order. Yeah, it's
crazy.
Some people make it work. Some people don't. I know we're a 2 income household. We're very fortunate that both of us are fairly successful. My wife kicks butt, so she's awesome.
Yeah, Julia.
So learning for 8 hours a day is overload. So
I think at certain ages it definitely is.
So when it comes to homeschooling, this is your forte. How many?
My wife's forte.
Yeah, your wife's forte. Yeah.
So how many
hours do they spend?
It's all up to them. They'll have their lesson plan built out, and some days it's like all day. They're just taking all day to do it. And some days, honestly, lately, they've been staying up in the middle of the night. Well, not in the middle of the night, but before going to bed, they'll be doing their work for the day ahead, like you're saying. So
sometimes
it all depends. There's been different periods of life, like where we used this one program, and it was working okay for a while, and then we hit a dead, hit a wall, with their learning, with them taking it up, and being receptive of it, even partially from just using it. I don't think Brooke really liked using it, and so even though it was in the middle of, like, say, a school year, a change was made. We went to a whole different book system, and the kids really got re-engaged. So hours, luckily, we're in a state where we don't have to report hours. I know some places, if you homeschool, you have to have a log of hours, and I think that's very arbitrary. It doesn't really translate into anything, because it could mean anything. So, usually about 3, I would say. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd have to ask her. 5 to 3.
Yeah. So, seems more conducive, especially if you can.
You're right, and you can take breaks, and it's one-on-one, so that's a big factor.
Oh, that's huge. That's a huge factor.
Yeah, it's been great.
Instead of being a class of 15 to 20.
Honestly, she would be way better to talk about it, and she is a second-generation homeschooler now, because her mom taught her, and she's teaching her kids, so that's super exciting in my opinion.
Brooke is pretty cool.
Yeah,
very smart.
She's doing
very smart.
Logan's doing great. He's been doing a lot of coding lately. We just ordered him a new laptop because he's been doing a coding class online twice a week.
Did you give him a MySpace so that he could?
Yeah, that'll be his first class. A lesson down into history.
No, I remember. So my first social media thing was Zanga. It was called Zanga, and you had to code in order to change your background, in order to change the color. It's very simple coding. It's nothing crazy. I learned it in a day or in a couple hours.
I don't really remember that, I guess.
But yeah, you could change the background and add music to it. But you had to code the music into it.
So many people are like reminiscent of like something more basic like that, and I don't know why it doesn't exist, I guess.
I don't know.
People are burnt out, maybe.
There's too much stuff going on in people's lives. Too much
competition.
You're not going to get the millennials back into it. You're not going to get us old heads.
Each day that goes by, I'm just like less interested in all of it.
Yeah, I forget what that software. It wasn't software. It was what that coding is called. It's not HTML, is it?
I think that's a web address link, but
I think so too.
I don't know. Logan, get in here.
Yeah,
I've got questions for you, boy.
Oh, Schnacky would probably be able to tell us. He does coding.
Schnacky and old Stall Cup.
Yeah. My brother would definitely be able to help too. He does cybersecurity.
All right, so all 3 of them are going to get together then. Yeah, we're going to take. We'll just have them. We're taking over things now.
We'll just have them take over the podcast.
Yeah.
So
Tar and Feather Cyber Division.
Yeah. So another thing I want to talk about is more money doesn't always lead to better schools. So just throwing money into the school system,
I think sometimes it makes problems a lot worse.
Yeah.
Well, so money without like accountability or framework for results.
Well, yeah, and it can lead to corruption and stealing from schools, but also, like let's say that you get more money if they test better. So then they end up um, just having a curriculum designed for the test, as opposed to designed for actual learning and to improve critical thinking that you would actually use in the real world. So I think sometimes they get a little detached from that and just think about the test.
I've heard of cases of that, yeah.
Like the state,
it's all about the test.
State test at the end.
So then I guess it's kind of the same thing, is the whole process of just pushing everyone to the next grade regardless. I feel like that's a more common thing.
Well, that's what was going on with George Bush, right? Wasn't that was his wife Barbara Bush? No Kid Left Behind?
No, that wasn't. Oh, I guess that was right. Obama had the school kid lunch thing.
Yeah. Michelle had the school lunches, and I think
I don't know.
Barbara
Federal government doesn't need to be involved in education really at all.
No, I think even then it just gets watered down.
Well, education has only gotten worse since the U.S. Department of Education was created. So I don't know. Like how many years does something have to fail or get worse that before it gets just disbanded because you can't fix it?
Yeah. I don't know. I like to say that about the Federal Reserve,
and that's not even a governmental agency.
It's not.
That's a private company.
Yes. That
it should piss you off.
They print our money with interest. So let's say they printed $1 trillion. It didn't cost them $1 trillion to make $1 trillion.
Scott, they don't even have to print it. The U.S. Treasury is doing all the hard work. They're printing it off. All they do is own it all.
Right.
It's just numbers on a machine for them.
You are correct.
And so that's the other scam, that we're paying to print and mint these coins and this paper, and we don't own a single dime of it. We've been buying or renting money from the Federal Reserve. So,
Yep.
Don't know. Yep. I actually last weekend did pull up an inflation calculator. I was curious to see the value of the Civic of when it was bought brand new, what it would translate to today. And I thought that was pretty interesting. I was just playing around with different dates, and it sucks. Yeah. Our dollar's worth just absolutely nothing at this point. Even within the last 5 years, it's dropped tremendously.
Oh, well, the 2.2 trillion that Trump pushed through, that was 40%.
That was the start of
all of the legal tender ever put into circulation in the United States history. 40%. What was it? 20? No, it was 2020.
They're using Common Core math.
I think it was 2020. I don't know. It was.
Yeah, it was. He was thinking oh yeah, sure. We'll just. I don't know. Just fucking idiot like this. That was a terrible play to just spend money that you didn't have. Oh. We can go on all day about that.
Yeah. And then Biden was like, here, hold my beer.
Hell, my beer, said it, boy. I got a whole bunch of boys out back. They need to get paid.
I got an Inflation Reduction Act for more trillions.
More like balance sheet increase deduction act.
Yeah, I guess that president in Argentina actually, after 4 months of being there and running the show, they have a balanced budget.
After many years of everything being real messed up.
Dude, their inflation was through the roof.
And they don't want you to know that. Him, and then there's also that guy in Panama, apparently. There's a couple of people down there that are taking a more nationalistic interest into their own countries, which benefits everyone else around them.
Right.
It's a good thing.
It is a good thing. So
it's not scary.
So we got that. So we were talking about that NASA study.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of separate from public schools, but you are 96% less creative than you were as a child. This is from Inc.com. So they cite the NASA study in this. So you're 96% less creative than you were when you were a kid.
Some of you.
It said, hold on. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. In a longitudinal test of creative potential, a NASA study found that 1,600 4 and 5-year-olds, 98% of them scored genius, creative genius. 5 years later, only 30%. So it went from 98 to 30%. So you lost 68% of the kids.
Big loss.
Same group of children scored at the same 5 years later, only 12%. So you lost another 18% of the kids. So you're talking 15-year-olds. So now only 12% of the 15-year-olds are creative geniuses. So, and then when administered to adults, found that only 2% scored at a genius level. So we only have
not good, man.
Now the study is only 1,600 people, but when you're taking you're taking the top level 4 and 5-year-olds, I guess, and then administering that and then putting them through a study. They all ended up.
It's okay to think like a kid sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta crack the code, right? Go backwards.
So this thing has this article, like I said, it's on Inc.com. It was published in 2018. It says the first thing to reverse it is go for a walk while listening to happy music. Happy people tend to be a little bit more creative, I think. Maybe not. So it creates divergent thinkers. And we're going to get into a bunch of left side, right brain, left brain, right brain in a different episode for divergent and what is it? Convergent?
Yes.
Thinking.
Very soon.
We're gonna get into that in a different study. So go for a walk and listen to happy music. Let your mind wander. So in this day and age, we're glued to our phones. We're glued to our computers.
Too
get away from that. So I like to ride my motorcycle, and you can't hold us. You shouldn't be driving and texting or being on your phone. But
not on a motorcycle.
But on a motorcycle, it's essentially impossible. Have I seen people do it? Yes, but don't do that. So
come on,
ride a bike, go for a run, go hiking, do something to where you can't have that cell phone in your hand or some sort of piece of technology.
Do it before you can't run away from it. Do it
listen
today.
Listen to happy music while you're riding your motorcycle. Let your mind wander.
That's true. Yeah,
get out in nature.
Riding the quad all winter.
Partner with actual kids. So you can do that at church. You can help out with I'm sure you could probably help out with the Bible school. Or kids in the community, Boys and Girls Club.
I gotta hang out with more kids. I already hang out with some kids all day long.
Or have your own kids and hang out with your own kids.
Okay, I can use mine.
Yeah, you can use yours. You can play with them in the backyard.
I didn't want to have to start over.
Go camping or something with your family. Get away from it all. Don't want to start all over. Yeah, these kids are boring. they're past the 30% genius criteria. I don't think they're geniuses, so we're gonna move on from them.
Next batch.
And then this last one, it's imagine the best case scenario when it comes to something. Be optimistic. So as a kid, you're always like, oh, I'm excited to go to this place. No matter what the field trip was, I felt like I was always excited to get out of school and see something new. So be optimistic in what you're doing. And I would say try new things too. That can spark some creativity. So if you go to an art museum or maybe supercross, dirt bike racing, or a sport that you're not too familiar with. Like I know nothing about cricket.
Or when I had to volunteer for my kid's soccer coach, and I had to be soccer coach. That was crazy. I did not see myself doing that, but it did push me, personally, physically, mentally. Talk about working with kids. That was a whole team of kids.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you started
just be willing to take something on, because that took me to step up.
Right.
They were asking for volunteers, and I could have just stayed silent. But I felt like, instead of being on the sideline and being, maybe upset or not sure of the direction of something, the onus is on us to take responsibility and take control.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
Take control. Have some fun. Enjoy it.
Yeah. So this says studies have shown that when we immerse ourselves in joyous doing versus anxious mulling. So let's talk about like the Sunday scary. So like you work on Monday and you're just dreading the next day because you got to go to work or whatever.
It's not good.
And instead of thinking about that, be a little bit optimistic about it.
Like old Dean Remington said, if you're not excited to wake up and go in and do that, seriously consider doing something that does give you that feeling.
Yes.
It's your life.
Find a hobby.
Here. It's not just a job, it's your life. This is your reality that makes up the bulk of it sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah, just going through the motions. You can get into a rut, and that affects your relationship with people, marriage.
It can get ahead of you, right? Before you know it.
Yeah, learn something new with the family. If you have one or a friend, see if you guys don't know how to bowl, go to the bowling alley, learn how to bowl. Learn how to put a hook on the ball.
Would you say join a league? And would you say that's an atmosphere where people would be willing to help you?
Yes.
See,
it's like the gym. It's like the gym. Like if you're a newbie in the gym too, pick up some weights. Go to your either work out in your garage or go to the gym and interact with people. You'll see some people doing some creative exercises, and just by observing people, you can see what works for you too in the gym. Right. So it's not a one size fits all thing.
You could leave what doesn't.
Yeah. Right. So I lost my train of thought.
I'm going to say your lights are looking good. It almost looks like there's an open window or something. I don't know. It's just so inviting right now.
Open window. I was thinking about turning those black. But
black squares, they might
yeah.
You almost don't even notice them right now. It's great.
Yeah. Or like little banners. Put like little banners, but I already got the flags. It's already busy. So
oh yeah.
I don't know if I need more busyness behind me.
Yeah.
With my whiskey rebellion flag. The tar and feather flag.
Tar and feather flag is looking good. You want to hit some memes before it gets too late?
Oh, let's do it. So we've cultivated some memories. Boom! We're harvesting for you. All right, let's go to the first one. Misa thinks if Wisa raised taxes, Wisa be better off as a society. the ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
It's true.
So, yeah, the government is wasteful. So
that's all that can be said about that.
Yeah, we are kicking a dead
horse.
Their
credit card needs to be cut off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I feel like I've said this before. We need itemized receipts on where our money is going. There needs to be some accountability with this nonsense. They can't just be like, oh, well, we're putting 2.2 trillion into the economy. Where'd that money come from?
Where'd it come
from? I thought we were broke. I thought we were broke.
That is one of the biggest sources of governmental problems is the fraud, waste, and abuse, right? Where is it going?
Yeah, we learned all about that in the Army. Fraud, waste, and abuse. And we still wasted so much resources. It's terrible.
Just think of all the equipment that just runs and runs. Like, you have all these flaming eco goody two shoes, but yet you have this whole system that's allowed to pollute. War's allowed to produce pollution without any limits.
Yeah,
and it's never taken into any consideration. I don't know.
Yeah, our military is the worst at polluting. Not the worst in the world, but it's bad.
Yeah, and all our equipment's pretty clean.
Yeah. So here's one I thought was funny. It was.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Cut off the picture. So, hold on. Let me pull it up on my phone real quick, and then I'll be able to describe it a little better.
I'm not sure. I want to visit the IED petting zoo.
Yeah, so it's just giving you directions on where to go on that post, on that army base or whatever it is. Yeah, so IED petting zoo. I, for one, am not a fan of that petting zoo. I got one ticket to one of those, and that is the only ticket that I will ever accept.
It's too close, yeah.
No more. Still here, still have all my phalanges and my legs. I'm thankful for that. Praise Jesus. So this is a debate that's going on the internet right now, is women choosing a bear over a man in the woods. If you were to come across a man in the woods by yourself, would you choose a bear or a man? And then it goes, you literally met up with 5 strangers on Tinder last week. So that's society. Or hopping in an Uber when you don't even know the person. I find that wild.
Well, yeah, I don't. Splitting hairs. I don't know. You don't know a taxi driver. What difference does it make?
Right.
But, dang, what was I gonna say?
Yeah, but a taxi driver has the name of his establishment.
I was gonna say,
and phone number.
Why is the choice got to be a bear or a man?
Well, that's just the choice that was given. If you're a woman, and it's if you're a woman, so it's like the man can.
What is a woman?
Yeah, exactly. No. And here's another one. This one's funny. Alexander Graham Bell said that he invented the telephone, and his brother Taco said, "I'm working on some pretty big stuff too." So Taco Bell.
I'm glad you explained it, because sometimes I don't know.
Taco Bell. His brother Taco Bell. And then my friend Lindsay sent me this shirt. It's from Barrett. It's got the 50 cal bullets in the middle. It's in the design of the Tennessee flag with the 50 cal sniper rifle right there.
So looking snazzy.
Yeah, she went to a pretty cool convention. And so that is one of their new guns. It's calibrated It's calibrated in .461. So I believe that's smaller than a 50 cal.
Yeah.
If I do my math right. So another, I'm assuming it's a new sniper rifle that they're coming out with. Probably goes a little bit further than the 50 cal. Who knows? I have to look at the studies on that.
If you know ballistics, chime in below.
Yeah, we like to learn.
Because I don't. All I know is those both seem really nice. 50 cal.
They look sharp. They come in all sorts of different colors too. So if you get, it's called the MRAD ERL. Yeah, the MRAD ELR. So they've got two classes. They have the MRAD,
extremely lethal rifle.
Absolutely. Yeah. It will obliterate a watermelon.
I don't know. I just made that up.
Oh, I didn't even catch it. Extremely long rifle.
Yeah. It does look long. Long means accurate.
Extra long rifle.
Is there a limit to accuracy?
Extra long rambunctiousness. Yeah, they got the MRAD platform and the MRAD SMR platform. And they come in all sorts of calibers. So, pretty neat. Bolt
That's
action.
pretty cool.
It's a bolt action rifle. Yep. Probably holds, from what I'm looking at, maybe 3 rounds. Maybe 3 or 4 rounds. Oh, magazine capacity down here, 10. It holds 10.
I was gonna say 5.
It looks smaller than that. The adjustable stock is folding. That's pretty awesome.
Maybe it looks small because it's so long.
Right. Yeah. Perspective. Just like we were talking about before, your eyes deceive you. So yeah, and interchangeable barrel kits. That's cool. We had that with our M249s. We had different barrels. We had long and short.
Shorty.
Interchange them.
I had the shorty.
Boom, boom, boom. I had the shorty too. No. Yeah, I had the shorty. I think we all had shorties. The long one was obnoxious.
I had the shorty with the collapsible stock.
Oh yeah, you did. I had the fixed stock. It comes in black, tungsten gray, and flat dark earth. Get after it.
Good.
Yeah, cool colors. I'm all for it. Yeah, Baird seems like a pretty cool company. Maybe one day I will
own a 50 cal.
Well, I'm thinking about looking at the 308.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's probably the way to go. Ammo availability is off the chart with that. Get that anywhere.
Yeah, it looks awesome. The 308 looks awesome. Yeah, they come in all sorts of... Yeah, they got the 300 Lapua. I don't know what a Lapua is. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, man,
I'm gonna just guess that's someone's name. So, maybe. I did find some thrift store tools this weekend.
Yeah.
Found this old Craftsman sander.
Nice.
And it's very old. I don't know how old. I looked up. I also found a 1/4-inch drill because I don't have a 1/4-inch drill. This sucker's going for $50 on eBay. And dude, it's just old. It's like gotta be 50 years old or more. There's no date on it. Well, it says 1906, but I don't think that's accurate.
It was made in 1906.
I'm gonna find out some more this weekend.
It's almost as old as the state of Arizona.
You know, lots of things are older than Arizona. Yes.
My house is older than Arizona.
That's true.
Yes.
At this point, my grandma's almost older too. So.
Then.
No, I'm just kidding.
So my neighbors used to own the house. And I think they said it was built in the late 1800s. It doesn't look like it. It looks relatively new. It's got siding on it. So, but
it's got bones from the old world.
When you walk into this house, no door is the same. Not every door shuts all the way. So,
it's character.
Everything has to be custom made and cut.
Things you can't buy.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's a nice house. A lot of room. So,
yeah,
more than what I know what to do with at the moment, but soon.
Not for long.
That will change. Soon that will change. Yeah, this will probably end up being Emma's room when she gets old enough.
Mm-hmm.
So the studio will have to move. Probably to the garage.
The garage is a great place. It's where we come to get our minds clear.
So keep watching, and we'll keep doing this. Subscribe,
please,
like, comment. Back. Yeah, the more you...
our banner.
Oh, I put that away because of the memes.
Oh, you're good. Here we go. We'll mix it up.
There we go. Boom. Hey, subscribe to our Instagram too. All one word, Tar and Feather Podcast.
Yes, because I was thinking we should do a live soon.
Yes.
So stay tuned. We will let you know on Instagram beforehand.
Yeah. We need to figure out how to go live on Instagram too.
Yeah. We'll have to do some homework this weekend and get it linked.
Yeah. Yeah, we go live on Facebook, YouTube, of course, and Twitch.
True.
And
you can find us on all those.
And one day we will update our Rumble account.
I have not been good at that. Sorry.
I think we have episodes 1 through 4. So
I have my work cut out.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, whenever you get to it. There was one guy on Instagram. He commented. He said, you should go onto Rumble. And I said that we were. And then I said, oh, yeah, only the first 4 episodes.
Okay. So. Well, okay. Yeah, I'll start adding them again.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Got you guys. You want it?
Yeah.
We'll make it happen.
Come and get it. Do it.
Oh, what's this? Ruger 1022 for $229.
Yeah. Let's see what the price is for that 308.
You got to sign up for the Mr. Guns and Gears deals. They coming in all the time.
I don't know if they can put pricing on the internet. Oh, here it is. Oh, man.
Come on. They can have MSRP and stuff, you know. No. May not be representative of what you pay at the store.
I was trying to go to Arms List, but
just go to see what they're doing over at Gunbroker. $8 million.
Price. It just says price drop.
How far? What's the amount? Tell me.
Oh, unrecognized request. Come on, bro.
Oh, dude, you're being hacked.
Oh, I tried to go to the site.
Has been denied.
Oh, man. Yeah, I can't find the price for that 308. I can get it from my friend Lindsay, though. She said that she bought one. So I will ask her.
Probably, let us know on the next episode.
I'm thinking probably at least $1,000.
Oh, easily, buddy. That's a nice piece of equipment there, yeah. That's a lot of craftsmanship. A lot of work goes into that, I think.
$6,600. Yeah. 308 Winchester, 7.62 NATO, tungsten gray, $6,600. They are out of stock on this website.
You're not getting one anytime soon, buddy.
No, I probably have to go through Barrett. And it's probably a little bit more expensive. But I think they have a veteran discount. So if you got money and you want a new
always
gun,
reach out, send them an email or a call. Get the rep on the phone. Ask them. Never know what can happen.
You never know.
Ask and you shall receive.
You never know. All right.
I do know Lancer gives pretty good military discounts too. So
they make guns.
They make all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they make handguards, magazines.
Oh, cool.
Similar stuff.
Lancer, nice. I'll have to take a look into that because a couple of my guns might need some character.
Nice. Yeah, I'll show you after what I got.
One of the ones I want a rattle can. I want a spray paint.
Everyone needs a rattle can gun.
I think the 22 I want a rattle can. The AR-22. That one's it's a Palmetto State. No. It's a Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, I think I got the same one.
Yeah, it's a Smith & Wesson.
That thing's pretty fun.
Yeah, I love plinking with it.
All day. No ear pro. It's the best.
Little bullets. Just little guys. Just little plink, plink, plink. Hitting little targets. I normally shoot it with Julia's dad out at the cabin we go to. And we'll just set up balloons on like a tree branch.
Oh, okay.
And we'll just shoot the balloons.
See, I never thought of that. I like that.
Yeah. Cheap, easy. And
when you hit it.
It's an immediate response.
Immediate.
Yeah, or you put a box up there or a can and shoot it. See if you can get the can to flip. All right. Well, this has been another terrific episode of Tar and Feather Podcast.
Thanks for being with us.
You got Ganglion Cortex. I'm Mustache Vet. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, hit the bell for notifications.
Please do.
Have a great day, night, whatever time of the day that you're watching this.
We appreciate it. Bye.
See ya.